The views, opinions, and stories shared on this show are based on personal experiences of the hosts and guests. They are intended for entertainment and educational purposes only. Some content may include mature themes, strong language, or descriptions of past criminal activity. These accounts do not glorify or promote illegal behavior. Viewer discretion is strongly advised.
You deserve to eat like this. Let me feed you.
You deserve to eat like this. Let me feed you.
2832 Redemption Murray. Let me feed you.
They actually brung these shrimp joints like right before I left.
Oh yeah.
Like they like you had to get these off the access bag
Okay.
as an exclusive item.
Yeah.
And then they put it on commissary. So I was but this shrimp flavor is what I'm just gonna make a like a fish casserole.
Okay.
I'm gonna make a fish casserole something I used to make real quick.
Okay.
It's a quick joint. It ain't drawn out. It's a quick joint. Right. First take about to come on. And all that.
Yeah.
I say like, yo, whip something up real quick.
Yeah.
I said, all right. Then we pull out the trunk and all the food. Yeah, we're just about making it real quick.
Okay. Who's so proud of good?
Somebody from South Philly named Nari Abdullah. Yeah, that was my guy.
Hey y'all, what's going on? It's your girl, Side Money Bags, BT Shirt, $20,000 CEO, whatever y'all know what's going on this side. And today you have tuned into another episode of Chatting Over Chi-Chi's with the infamous. Today I got my guy here, Healthy Sheikh is in the building.
Yes.
What's up with you?
I'm doing fine. Alhamdulillah. Hey, everything's good. I'm just happy to be here.
Took a minute, but we got you on, right?
Yes.
All right. So for those who don't know, who is Healthy Sheikh?
Okay, I'm gonna give you a little bit of the backstory. Healthy Sheikh is a nice town, born and raised man, right? Literally from Rowan Street, typical background. Anybody in the hood, typical background, same old stuff. And just trying to figure it out. My family, I come from a strong family that's on that block, the Womack family, then the Rouse family on top, and then it's that whole block is just a whole bunch of big families.
Okay.
So I come from a big family block.
Okay.
So that's.
When you think back to the man you were before prison, what was your mindset?
My mindset was I was scared. I was scared. I was scared. I mean, it wasn't bad scared, but it wasn't no focus. It wasn't no guidance. I ain't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? I thought I knew something. Everybody, we always think we know something, and then, you've learned the hard way that you don't know nothing.
For sure. So what age were you when you entered the streets?
When I entered the streets, I was probably about 15, 16, I believe. Maybe about 15, 16. Influenced by the neighborhood drug dealers, neighborhood, kingpins and like that. Those was my influences, and I didn't even have to go that route because I come from a family that's they doing all right. You know what I mean? So it wasn't no reason for me to even bang the left that I banged. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So,
So what age did you go to prison?
19.
19.
Yep.
So
19.
You had like a 4 or 5 years.
Had like a 4 or 5 year run, right? Had a 4 or 5 year run with all of the stuff that everybody got to run with, the drugs, the women, the all that stuff. It had to run.
And how
with
long
all.
was your bid?
My bid was 23, almost 23 years, so 22 years and like 7 months, almost 23 years. That was how long my bid was. I was down the county, CFCF from
What
2000.
led to that? That's it.
Wrongfully convicted of murder.
Wrongfully
conviction.
convicted of murder.
Wrongfully conviction. It literally took the system 22 and a half years to unravel it. 22 and a half years to unravel it. I had life. I got convicted of second degree murder. I got a life sentence. The case was bull crap. I had 2 hung juries. You know what I mean? The first 2 trials. It got so bad. Like the case was so much bull crap that by the time I had like three years in the county, that's where I met everybody. I mean, but by the time I had 3 years in the county, the first deal that they came, first of all, it was under Lynn Abraham's administration. She wasn't, if anybody know that wave, she wasn't giving no deals out, right? She was trying to book you in, she was trying to either put you on the row or wheel you out, right? And my case was so weak that even she authorized an offer of 8 to 16 while I had 3 years in. So I was like, all right, well then what do I sign? I wanted to sign. It was a condition on it. The condition on the deal was that me and my co-defendant had to take the deal, and he was like, no, I'm not taking it. I'm gonna tip like, all right, I know innocent, but I don't want to run the risk of us losing and getting life. Right. He like, we ain't gonna get life. Yeah. How you think the deal went from 25 to 50 to 8 to 16? Oh, he believed in the judicial system. He believed that it was gonna work. And all right, we had a little argument behind in the courtroom. The cell that's behind the judge's chamber. We had a little argument. It was a little heated, a little joint, because I'm like, I'm ready to just go up and finish it and get it over with. And he like, no, we gonna beat it and we're gonna go home. I ended up agreeing to his thinking, and then we got wheeled out. So now looking back, do you feel like that still was the right decision? If you had a chance to do it different? What I had tried to push more with him about taking the deal. Oh, that's a good question. It's a good question, right? And it's the reason why it's a good question is because I'm having some mental crashes in my head, right? Because I want to say, yeah, I would have went back and say, no, we should have did it. But what I'm running into is my faith, where it says what it's gonna be, what's gonna be. You can't change it anyway. So that's the crash I'm covering into. Like, well, no, I wish I could go back and change it, but you can't go back and change it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, everything works out for the best, right? As long as you got your intentions right and you got your mindset right, it's gonna all turn out for the best. And although it took almost 23 years, it ended up turning out for the best. Nobody don't want to do no 23 years, right? I mean, I guess I was quote unquote lucky because I was 19 when the tragedy occurred. Some people are later, they be like 25 and get 23. They be 50 when they come on. Yeah. So I was 42. I mean, so so I guess in that sense, it's like, all right, well, it was quote unquote lucky that I was so young when this travesty took place, and then I was able to come back, and I still look like I'm young. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it still ended up cool. So what was the moment that made you realize, like, I can't live my life like that? Let me see. Because even after I got locked up, when I was in the county, because I wasn't Muslim yet. Yeah. So this is 2002. I wasn't Muslim yet. Okay. But everybody that I was with in the county, all my guys in the county, Cook, Slick, just all these guys, right? Heads, like all these guys, and they was all on my top about taking my shahada, right? All on my top about me taking my shahada, and I'm like, all right, I come from a Christian family. You know what I'm saying? Now, although there was no, we wasn't Sunday school type. Because you know what I'm saying, we wasn't them type where though they studying and all that. No, we just Easter we going to church, which on these certain days we just going. You know what I'm saying, and that was it. But as far as the learning part of it, it was really no studying attached to it from a family standpoint. And so they was always on my top about me embracing Islam, and then they had gave me this book called "What Did Jesus Really Say?" Right, and after I read the book. They was bringing the proof. It bring the proofs from the Bible and then to show you how it led to my mom. And he was mentioning the Bible. It go through all that stuff that I never knew, and I was like, oh. Then you get that feeling, like this look like this is what I'm supposed to be doing, and then I did it, and then even after that, I still was, quote unquote, I still had liquor on my breath, still, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? So I'm still running around the county like a chicken with my head cut off. Then when I got convicted, I didn't even wake up then. I didn't wake up until 8 years in.
Okay.
I didn't wake up till like 26, 27, 28, somewhere around there. That's when I woke up. You know, I was always intelligent. So when I first got upstate, I got out the Camp Graterford, then Camp Hill, then Monohoy. I was at Monohoy the whole time.
Okay.
I met this old head, right? Because I'm still young boy. I'm going to yard 3 times a day, playing basketball, working out, and well, I didn't know him at the time, but he was waiting for me to get there. You know, word get to the street, like, look, my youngin coming up there, make sure. So when I got there, was just waiting for me, and he ain't saying it to me for like the first 6 months. He was watching me, like I didn't know, cause I'm just running around. He just watching me. Then he pulls up. He's like, you doing it wrong. I'm like, what you mean? Like you how much time you got? I got a life without parole, but you're not acting like it. You acting like somebody that's when these young boys got 2 to 4 that's about to go back out.
Yeah.
You're not about to go back out.
Right.
You gotta switch up you all in the activities, and you know you playing basketball. This you doing all this, but you ain't attacking your sentence. Let that be your focus. And about 2 years later was when I took note to what he was saying, and I started seeing people go home.
Yeah.
Start seeing people go home, and you start seeing people die.
Yeah.
Right? That's one of the bad things. That's one of the bad things about doing a lot of time in prison. Is you see a lot of elders die. You see a lot of people pass away. People that you know and people that you don't, because they always got the bare poster of obituary up on the block. You got the obituary for some old white guy that was on another block. He been in jail for 38 years and he just died. You know what I'm saying? You get a lot of that. So that was when I woke up. That's when he tacked me into one of his paralegal old heads. Paralegal old head said, listen, if you're gonna come to my class, you gotta if I see you privatize the yard over your freedom, then you can't come to this table no more.
Yeah, you gotta respect it.
And so that's when I actually became like a little paralegal, and then I started fighting.
How did being locked up reshape how you see freedom, manhood, and purpose?
Oh, it's a total transformation. For me specifically, it might not be had the same for everybody, but for me, it's a total transformation. By the probably like 29, 28, 29 somewhere, I had to look in that mirror, and that's when we had to make a decision about who you gonna be. Is you gonna be the street dude, that guy, or is you gonna be Muslim, like, or you gonna be a combination of both? Like, which one you gonna be? Because one of them gonna overpower the other at some point in your life.
For sure.
So which one you gonna be? And I made the decision, by the grace of the Lord, I made the decision that I was gonna be Muslim. I was gonna really be Muslim though. Right. So not with perfection, because I fall short daily with that. But as far as always getting up, back up, and trying again the very next day of being Muslim again, I start over every day. I'm Muslim again. You know what I'm saying? So I learned that from jail. Yeah. So I think it was just the Islamic transformation for me, which was pivotal in my life, because me being Muslim made me a better brother to my sisters, a better nephew to my aunts, a better son to my father, a better grandson to my grandparents, and just a better brother to the rest of the brothers. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's why if you do any you ask anybody about me, you ask your brother, he tell you. Like anybody that had some time, did some time with me, they say no, dude, he's solid, you know. And so that was just my transformation. Islam is about integrity, and that's my thing. That's my thing. You can't lose if you're doing it that way. So yeah. So and my purpose is positivity now. I ain't about nothing that's negative.
Okay.
I'm not about nothing that's negative. If you would something negative, you can miss me with that. Because I know what negativity leads to. I did that already.
Right.
I did that already. I did the block thing. I did I did all that stuff. I did all it was negative. It didn't get me nowhere. I had the women. I don't want that no more. Like I did that. It was about. It's about. I know I can't catch up for the 23 years that I just missed. A lot of people, they come home and that's where they go wrong. Try to think they can catch up to what they missed. Next you know they running leftwards. Next you know they book again for something worse than what it was. And I come home alone. Ain't no getting that time back. Sure. So now it's just about chasing what I want now. You know what I'm saying, and what I want now, first and foremost, is financial stability. That's what I want now because, you know, when you do a lot of time, you don't come home to nothing. When you do a lot of time, and anybody that did a lot of time, they know that you come home to nothing unless you. I mean, I came home to my family support and my friends support, but you know, it's about me getting myself right.
Did you have that support when you was booked?
Yes, I had family support because it was even though I wasn't the best individual the last time that I was home, I wasn't the worst either. Okay. So I didn't burn no bridges before they took me away. I didn't burn no bridges, so it was real easy for people to my sister see somebody in traffic and be like, you know what, my brother, you got some money for him? Yeah, matter of fact, you know what I'm saying? So that's just how it was. I mean, but I had all of my family support, had all my friends support, and that support is what really gets us through.
Absolutely,
you know that
for sure. What made you choose to build yourself up inside? Because a lot of people go to prison and they fall apart.
My old head's up there. His name is Mikhail Slade, right? He been down like almost 30 years now, I believe. He booked in because he got all, you know, he booked in, but one of his phrases that he used to always say running around the jail, he used to always say, you got to hold on tight with all your might. That's all I'm gonna tell you. You got to hold on tight with all your might. If I see you slipping, I'm gonna straighten you up. And that just always stuck with me. Like, so, and that's just how I got through it, by always holding on tight with all of my might, despite my sentence, despite my circumstances, despite always seeing somebody different and new on the obituary, despite all of that, despite friends getting killed in the street, I mean, family members, you know, passing away, despite all of that, it's like you got to hold on tight with all your might, and that's how I always held on, always.
What were some of the mental battles you had to win before your body started changing?
Knowing that I can only control that which is within my control, and I can't control nothing that's outside of that control. Once I learned that part of it, like that part of the bit, because when you come through, you still be thinking you got some type of control out there. Right? You still think you got some type of control, and then you be so disappointed and heartbroken when you realize that you don't, or somebody don't do something that you said do. Yeah. But the fact of the matter is that once that person hang up that phone, they got to get back to their life. You know what I'm saying? And once I learned that I really don't control nothing but what I got going on in my cell, basically, or whatever's in the jail. Once I learned that, it was now I was able to focus more on what I could focus on. For sure. The things that's surrounding me.
What got you through most of your time?
Islam, because I was always go to like all the taleems, and I was that type of dude, going to all the taleems. So Islam, because I was the muezzin
Okay.
at Mount Hoy. I mean, I was the Muezzin. And so going through all the Taleems, that's what got me through. I still was working out. That's what got me through. I used to work out Monday through Thursday. Monday to Thursday every week for 15 years. So working out and then the law work.
Okay.
That was always, I always either had that or that to do, and that's what got me through those three things.
Was there a specific person or book or situation aside that lit the fire for you?
A specific person. Let me see. My Sheikh Abdul Sabor. He had got transferred to Mahanoy from another spot, and I didn't know him. He from South Philly, but he's like a father figure to me. And, he had life also, but somehow, some way, me and him just clicked organically though. And this is I saw he was a third old head that was Muslim. He was always on my top about coming to these classes because he was real. His wife used to buy him all the books, um, 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 and then he used to have classes. And then it was a time where I had dipped, not from my obligations, but as far as the learning part, because I got so caught up in the legal stuff. I started thinking like this the way I got to get out. The law book is the way I'm going to get out, not a law's book, right? So I got caught in that little joint over the whereas I still was upholding my obligations as far as the 5 daily prayers, the Jumu'ahs, and like that. But the learning part, I started to lack off of that and focus more specifically on the legal part of it. And then he like, no, you gotta make that work both ways, bro. You can't just focus over on this and then you not learning no more because you gotta learn. You gotta know how to handle situations Islamically whenever they come up.
Right.
Any situation that happens in your life, Islam has an answer for it. It's just about finding that. It's just about finding it.
Yeah.
It's just about finding it. You know what I'm saying? So, my Sheikh Abdul Sabor, when I met him, he just turned everything back up for me because I was in a dark spot at that time. I was in a dark spot. I was chasing relationships, right? I was chasing because I was married twice in there. I was chasing relationships. I was still on my legal work all the time. Then I started chasing relationships. And then when they don't work, of course they're not going to work. I got a life sentence. How I think somebody going to wait for it to get overturned? Of course, you always have hope in your appeals, right? But you're going to get more no's before you get a yes with the legal system. You're going to get more affirm, denial. You're going to get way more than them, but you wait for that one joint that say granted. So I got 13 denials, 2 grants. The second grant, because I overturned my conviction twice.
Oh wow!
I gave my life sentence back twice. I gave it back in 2013.
Okay.
And then the Superior Court reversed it.
Oh wow!
I gave it back in 2013, and then the Superior Court reversed it. They reversed it not because they said that because it was ineffective assistance of counsel, not because the claim wasn't right, but they said the evidence of my guilt was overwhelming. So they tried to say the overwhelming evidence, it wouldn't have mattered if that error that your attorney made, it wouldn't have changed the outcome of your trial because the evidence of your guilt was overwhelming. So like, well, how was the evidence of my guilt overwhelming when I had 2 hung juries? I got convicted on my 3rd trial. Right. You got the United States Supreme Court came out with a case that say, whenever there is even 1 hung jury, that means that the evidence against you is not overwhelming. Right. So I used that case to go to the Pennsylvania Supreme Court. They didn't even accept the appeal. Then I go into the federal courts, and then that's a long process. When you go into the feds 2254s, that's a whole long process. So while I was in that process, was when I met my attorneys that I'm represented by now. That actually, a law used them to get me out.
How did you unlearn the habits and mentalities that once kept you stuck?
I haven't unlearned all of them yet, but I was able to free myself from the ones that had me stuck. Right. For example, I don't drink, I don't smoke, right?
Mhm.
I don't do no drugs or no alcohol. And because I was able to free myself of that, those were the two most important things I wanted to free myself from, because I was a marijuana addict.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying, I ain't never used to drink even like that, because I saw what alcohol did to my family. Like, it literally destroyed them. You know what I'm saying, it destroyed one half of my family. Like, a lot of my elders in my family passed away because of, like, stuff that alcohol related things. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I seen what that did to them. So I'm cool on a drink. But the weed was the one where I was addicted to.
For sure.
And once I met my Sheikh, I was able to. Then I got back into my studies,
Okay.
and then I was able to shake it. I was able to shake it, and being as though I'm now that I'm home now, and my Sheikh was able to. He overturned his conviction 2 weeks after me.
Oh wow.
So I came home first. I came home February 27th, and then he came home. I was at Allah made the word, though I could go to his court hearing and watch Allah take him out also. It was crazy. It was crazy. I was crying and everything. But and we had the same judge, the Claudio, right? We had the Claudio. Crazy thing about my this is probably why the reason why the Claudio ended up getting kicked off the bench. But during my hearing, he was on FaceTime with Meek Mills. During my hearing, he specifically told me, "I want to show you how I be letting these boys go." So I spoke to Meek. I'm talking about, this is from the bench. He did this from the bench. So that was a little crazy, that was I it's crazy because my mom just asked me yesterday, can I get some tickets? Can I contact the boy Meek that was in here, that was that the judge called during your hearing? Can you ask him, can you get some tickets so I can go to that thing that's about to happen for him or whatever. But so 2 weeks later, I was at Sabor's hearing they already had the deal in place or whatever. I was at Sabor's hearing and I watched, Allah used the Claudio to free my Sheikh also 2 weeks later. And this is my Sheikh to this day. So
how do you stay consistent now that you're free without the structure of the system?
How I stay consistent is I still got that same tunnel vision. What I mean by tunnel vision is, through the ordeal that I went through, because I got so laser focused on like law stuff and all that, like I would not come out my cell until I was done my brief. I would come out to get some water, to get on the phone real quick, probably sync my tablet up to send an email out, get some hot water, then I'm right back in because I gotta finish typing up. So I just applied that same like tunnel vision to what I'm doing now. I'm just trying to figure out a way. Now that I got these juices, it's that same thing. I just apply that same discipline that I got from prison, as far as locking in on something and not stopping until you reach your goal. I got that from there, from having to get those briefs done. And then once people started to once people knew that I was like the law boy after the paralegal left, he basically like passed the torch to me indirectly. I didn't know that the torch was passed to me until people started to come up to me. It was like, "Hey, I need you to help me with this." And I'm like, "Well, how huh? Yeah. No, you was with Sweets. His Sweets is the paralegal. You was his student." I'm like, "Yeah." Like, "Oh, but look, I'll pay you to do." I don't charge because that I was want to see you. I want to see you home. You know what I'm saying? Sure. So I ain't try, but some dudes just force money. They forced it. No, I'm giving it to you anyway. So it was that I got, that's where I got my discipline from. Okay. From knowing that I gotta get a deadline done, and knowing I basically know what it takes to get a deadline done because of prison.
For sure.
So I take that mentality and I apply
When
it
temptation hits or always start creeping in, how do you check yourself?
When temptation hits, first thing I do is I think about the blessing that Allah gave me with this freedom. First thing I think that's why I got married my second day home, because I didn't want to fall into the scene that I didn't want to fall into it, right? So because I knew if I had read a book when I was locked up, it was the book of Zinat, right? And it was talking about how that could be a dark hole. Yeah, some brothers fall into it and they still didn't make it out of there. They still doing it. They was been, if I'm saying, so I was always afraid to step into that. Of course, last time I was home, it was no problem. This girl, that girl, this girl, that was we was taught, like, that shows you that you a man. As many women as you could be with. That shows that you a man. I can say I hit 90 bros before I got locked up. All right, well, I thought that was a title or something.
Yeah.
That was no title.
For sure.
Well, that wasn't no title, but I thought it was though. And then, once the transformation took place, then it's like, no, you gotta get married. It might seem corny to some people, but you gotta get married, bro. You have to. You know all the hadiths and all that about that. So don't do that. So then I got married, and then when the temptation hit, it's like, oh, first thing, don't forget what the Lord just did for you, bro. Because you made a promise to him. Cause I made a promise to him.
Yeah, you made a covenant.
Yeah, I made a covenant. Like certain things that I won't do in that covenant, and it was like, if you do this, then I won't do. And then he did that, and it's like, all right, well, now I gotta think before. That's why I asked Allah to I seek revelation law from the shaitan, and then it's like I just try to like go the other way, because they be throwing it. They throws it at me, and I has to. It was like, then I just had to like no, laugh no.
What inspired the name Healthy Sheikh?
Okay, Healthy Sheikh was inspired by somebody that one of my companions in prison. Somebody to sit with, talk to, walk the yard with, XYZ. He was like, right now, I thought I was going to be released October of 2024. So I went to court the first time. I left my mind whole week, went to Phoenix, went to court, and then they had some type of thing to where as though the DA and my attorney, they couldn't figure out the deal, like the terms of it. I had to take time served, right? So they had to figure out the logistics, and so I came back up, but before I went to court, one of my Sahaba, his name is Hassan Tucker. He was like, you need to start this Healthy Shake line. I said, what you mean Healthy Shake? He was like, Healthy Shake juice. I was like, what's the concept? He was like, no, just fruits and vegetables, juice it, and then like add like the little Islamic remedies that we heard about. Put that together, see what it tastes like. And I was like, all right, bet. And then when I got home, that was something that was on my mind. But first thing I was thinking about was, I want to do the CDL, because that's what a lot of dudes that come home, they do they do that first. The first thing they do, because they say that's the lowest hanging fruit for you to get a bag quick, right? So I was going to do the CDL thing, but what I wanted to do was I wanted to have my own company from the rip, and I got my own box truck. I got my the LLC, all that. So I wanted to set all the debt up. Then I had issues with funding. So once I had an issue with funding, because I didn't have no credit history and like that, because I was in jail for that time. Now it's like, what else can I do? I don't want no, like, I didn't want a regular 9 to 5. I wanted to be a entrepreneur, like young black entrepreneur. Like that's just what I wanted to be. I always aspired to want to be that. When I was in jail, like I want to be an entrepreneur. If I got to get 9 to 5, I will. but I'm gonna try the entrepreneur route first.
Right.
I think that my opinion is that I can get more money using my time to make my business pop as opposed to using those hours to work for somebody else. That was just my
So what was the
mentality.
biggest transition, or the biggest challenge transitioning from being in prison and then becoming an entrepreneur?
You still the biggest transition was um believing that you can actually do it. Like and then seeing it actually happen because this was a problem for me. I had to figure out this.
Okay.
Had to figure this technology, like that the technology curve. That was the biggest transition, right? Figuring out this technology and how I can finagle this to work for me.
Okay.
And then once I figured out this, then I was able to actually now I go back to my juicing thing.
Okay.
And then I just took off
How do
with
you
that.
turn pain into purpose and make it profitable without losing your message?
I just found out that it was that's not that difficult.
Okay.
What I mean by that is, um, you know, when I had came home, there was like a little media blitz on the Abolitionist Law Center website, and then on their Instagram, and so a lot of media groups, was reaching out to me, and this was after I started my juice line. Then once I had the juice line, and I just started that in July. Once I started that, and then they started to see like the traction surrounding that. That's when those media firms started to reach out to me, and then when they learned about my backstory, they said, "Hold on, this is you can, you tie your story to your brand. That's how you take off with this." And I didn't know that. I didn't know that because I really wasn't focusing on my story too much. I was just focusing on letting I got some good juice.
Yeah.
Then that's when once I figured out that part of it, now I got the website www.healthyshake.com, and Shake is spelled Sheikh. You know what I'm saying? So and it was from talking to them, talking to those media people about you need to get a website, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need this and that. And so
how do you use your story to reach the youth before they take some type of form?
Every time I've spoken to a lot of youth since I've been home, and I'm going to speak to more, inshallah. And every time I speak to them, I don't they they ask me how old am I? I say I'm 43. They say you don't look it. And I said, yeah, because now you open the door. I'm about to tell you why I don't look this. I'm about to tell you why I don't look that old, because I went to prison for a gang of time. I had a life sentence, and for murder, but that's when they open that door for me, and then I get to tell them my story. And then then I don't chastise them. I don't chastise the youngest. I just try to just show them something different. Like you can do something different. You have the whole world at your hands, right?
Right.
I've been out here only for a couple months, and I'm doing X, Y, and Z. And y'all 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, whatever. Like y'all can do whatever y'all want to do. It's bigger than Philly, right? Some of them be having little beefs, right? And it be, I don't understand how you could beef with somebody that's on the next block. I don't, even if it's 2 blocks, 5th Street, 7th, I don't understand how y'all can actually be going to war and y'all 2 blocks away. right? So one of the youngins had told me that, like, the ops is right there. I'm like, well, you have family outside of the state. Yeah, I got family out down Florida. They love you, love you, love you. Yeah, I'll be always going there. But why don't you go down there and just relaunch there? And that youngin is actually moved to Florida. He moved to Florida, and now he's still doing music or whatever, and he going to school. But that's but it wasn't me, you know, chastising about this. You can leave that, like, the world is big, bigger than Philly.
For sure.
And that opened his eyes. He said, "You're right," and he went down Florida.
How important is forgiveness of yourself and others on your healing journey?
Forgiveness is very important. Oh man, it's key. It's key. Like um people might hold stuff
Have
against
you ever
me.
had to forgive somebody that wasn't there?
Yes, yes, that's crazy, right? But you got to do it just to get it, just to say that you did. Because it was one point in my bit where I was petty. I was petty. If you look this, if you look that way, then I'm looking that way. We are we could be on that type time.
How successful was that for you?
That's not successful though. You may think it is because, like, I ain't worried about him or her, but it's like but the fact that you taking the energy to turn your neck that way because this person is here. That's enough to say that's you to dedicate energy to that. And I don't dedicate energy to none of that stuff, so I'm not petty no more. I forgive you and still look your way. It just makes it easier for you to move forward.
I agree. How do you define freedom now that you've been on both sides of the fence?
It's freedom. Freedom is having the ability to to do what it is that you want to do for yourself with no obstacles that's in the way, right? In prison, there's no freedom because you can create your own bubble and be free within that, but freedom for me now is when what are you going to do when you don't have those shackles now? I choose to make the right decisions most of the time, and that's what freedom is for me, having the ability to make the right decision and then making it.
That's what you got in that bowl.
What I got in this bowl is a fish casserole, right? We got oysters. I think we got salmon and tuna. Oyster, salmon, and tuna, pickle, jalapeno cheese squeeze, and a little bit of mayonnaise and a little bit of shrimp season pack. So that's what we got here.
That's what we chatting over.
This is what we chatting over. I'm hungry.
Your seafood casserole.
This is my seafood casserole. I'm hungry. I didn't eat yet.
Knock it out.
So yeah, this is that.
What would you say to a brother still doing time who's trying to find himself or a sister?
Mm-hmm. That's right there. Hold on. I'm gonna tell them what my old head slave told me. Hold on tight with all your might. Hold on tight with all your might. It's gonna get dark if you got a lot of time. It's gonna get dark. It's gonna be dark periods. At the time where it got the darkest for me was 2019, 2020. And it was at that, that they say it's the darkest before the dawn. It gets dark before the dawn. Right, you know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because it's a verse in the Quran where Allah say the companion said when will the help of Allah come? And then Allah responds to them and said, indeed, Allah's help is near. Right, and that was I think that was when they was going through a famine. It was a famine. They was even questioning about the message of Allah, asking, when would the help of Allah come? And then that's when Allah revealed the verse, where Allah's help is near. And then the relief came. So it gets the darkest before the dawn. So my darkest moment was 2019 to 2020, and that's when I got divorced. Um, um, and I lost my federal appeal. It was the last one I had going, and it was like, that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
The federal appeal was the last one. If you lose this appeal, the only way you get back in court is newly discovered evidence,
Right.
or if they come up with some change to some sentences stuff. Because the next thing for me, if what didn't happen, I was going to be dependent on them extending the juvenile thing to 19 or 20. That would have been the next thing I would have been waiting for. They still ain't passed that yet, right? So 2019, 2020, I ended up getting divorced, lost my last appeal in the federal courts, and I swore I was gonna beat that one because I put a lot of work in, right? The family spent thousands and thousands of dollars on these attorneys. I had so many attorneys, right? This is how powerful a law is, right? That's how powerful law be right now. He said, he says to a thing, being it is, right? That's how powerful that a law is. I end up getting out not because of no lawyer that I paid for. I got out from pro bono attorneys. It was once I got back into it all culminated from when I met my Sheikh, and I got back into my studies. It all just happened at that same time. Then I met my attorneys from the abolitionist law center. Shout out to Brett Grody, Nia Holston, Rupali, Rashatwar. Those are my attorneys. Jonathan Feinberg from David Rudofsky's firm. They all came together and jumped on my case after I had a conference call set up. I still had a little bit of steam after that second degree LWAP thing with the lockdown love from 2019. I'm sure I still had a little bit of steam from there.
Okay.
So I ended up meeting Brett Grody when he was in the visiting room. His client at the time was Mumia.
Okay.
So I met him in the visiting room at Monohoy with Mumia.
Okay.
Because that's when Mumia came to Monohoy. So we met up in the visiting room, and he was like, "I know you from second degree LWAP." I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Listen, can we set up a call or something so I can see if you can help me?" He set up that call, and first it was a phone call, a 45-minute conference call, and then it was first it was a 15-minute call, then it was a 45-minute Zoom. It was a 45-minute conference call with all those attorneys on the call.
Okay.
And the job for me that I had to do on that 45-minute conference call was convince them why they should take my case.
Okay.
So I'm literally preparing. I'm in my cell. I'm on my tablet. I'm rewriting it. I'm asking myself, how this sound? Let me all right, look, we gotta time it. Time this. All right, I'm about to read to you everything because I know I got 45 minutes. So it's like, are they gonna be asking questions in between? So I gotta cut it short. So I literally like. That was a project for me. For sure. Because I knew that my life depended on it. Like I said, it was just the darkest moment for me. And then that happened. And then I got on that call. I after going through trial error with my cellie, he like, that's the one, bro. I narrowed it down to like 30 minutes. No, like 26 minutes. I narrowed it down to 26 minutes. The rest of it was going to be open for like questions. And when I went in that conference call, went over there, I had my little sheet with me and I typed it up. I had my sheet with me and opened the call up. They let you know everybody's on. Yeah, Nia, you here? Yeah. Brett, you there? Yeah. We're probably you. Yeah. John, you here? Yeah, I'm here. All right. Go ahead. Tell us why we just take your case. Then I just go. Boom. Well, it was 200 juries. The witnesses first they said that the witnesses said it wasn't me on the night that it happened. Then the detectives, they Dennis Duzak, right? The dirty cop. He ain't a cop no more. He kept putting my photo in the photo arrays and just kept showing it to him one time, 3 different times. The fourth time was when he said is him. So the night that it happened, you said that it wasn't him. Then another photo that happened like a week later, you said no, that ain't him. Third one, like 2 weeks after that, no, that ain't him. Then they're like, hold on, why we keep saying this? This must be a person of interest with that y'all. Matter of fact, that's him then.
For sure. That's probably how it go.
You know what I mean? So I started with that. Went down to me giving my time back in 2013, whatever. I had then he said the evidence was on a woman, but that wasn't the case. They like, yeah, I read it on the thing. I didn't understand how they could say that when you had 2 hung juries, and so they went into the whole spill, and then we just came home with it, and he was like, what y'all think? And they all was like, yes, we're gonna represent you. We're gonna send you the retainer thing. It's pro bono, and from there, it was just It was just everything. This was going not downhill, but it was just going great after that. And that was just about me. Now I gotta think about street going home now.
Yeah.
Cause my attorney's like, look, we found some evidence. And your homicide, Krasner came in the office. All of this was a cascade. Krasner came right in the office. They said they're gonna represent me. Krasner opened up the homicide files. They get in the mines. Come there go right there. Evidence of a alternative suspect. Somebody else did it. The witnesses said somebody else did it. This is a whole cascade of stuff, and they hid it from us. They hid it from us. Opened it up. The DA was like, yeah, we're going to agree to your release. We got to get the logistics together. They got it together 2024, but then they finalized it in 25, which was February, and then it was like, all right, I'm out. So that's when it got the darkest before it got dawn.
Give me a funny prison story.
Oh, I know which one. The one I told you the other day about your brother.
Okay.
My man Gundy, right? My man Gundy. Security was waiting for him, right? Security was waiting for him. We coming from the yard. Cause I don't know if you should know this. Your brother know how to play basketball. Still at 45, what are you for 45 now? He still was playing ball before I left, right? But so we coming in, security waiting inside of the gym door. This is where they blitz people at that they waiting for to come in from the yard. He's coming out. Boom. They blitzing. Boom. He runs. Where you going, Gundy? Where you going? Can't run in jail. Where you going? We ran right to the block. So we laughing. Then we figured out what he was doing because he's smart. Yeah. He knew what he was doing, right? He knew what he was doing. But I didn't realize until I got on the block, and then because somebody picked it up and all that, whatever. But that was the funniest. Still, because I didn't understand what was taking place. All I'm asking myself is, where is he going?
Where you running at?
Where you running at? We're not on the streets. We run from the cops, and you can get away. You can only run but so far. Yeah. We ran right to that block. Ran right to the block. They came. What you running for, Griffin? He's like, man, I had a flashback in the streets. I thought y'all was. When the cops come, you run. So y'all blitz me, and that was the funniest story right before I left. It's been more, but that was what I want to give you. That's brother because that's bro. That's bro. Yeah. Where you going, Gundy? Where you going?
He was out.
But he was out, no doubt.
If you had a message for the youth, what would it be?
My message for the youth, and speaking Debbie on the topic of youth, they had the they changed the name of the street for LPG Choir. And it's crazy because I didn't even know that I didn't know that me and him we're connected, right? His manager was Singbing right before Singbing had got locked up, and Singbing is Maui. So I didn't even know when he was like, Singbing was what's called manager, and like, and that's crazy. But my message to the youth is, you can do whatever you want, positively too, Like you could get a bag without, doing something negative to get it. You don't gotta vibe nobody, bro. It ain't that's that you can't even keep doing that anyway. You gonna into it sooner or later. So my message to the youngest is that is you can do whatever you want positively. You can do whatever you want to positively and get a bigger bag. You could get a bigger bag. You know what I'm saying? Um and if you gotta leave Philly to do that, then go. Go. If you gotta leave Philly because it's bigger than Philly, it's bigger than Philly. If you gotta leave Philly because you might got too many ops, right? Some young boys do. They got too many ops. Then I would recommend you to leave Philly and go where you can start over, where you ain't gotta keep watching your back, and you can go ahead and y'all young enough, y'all can still go. Y'all could go back to school. Y'all could go to college. Y'all could get into the CDL game if you want to, right? That's a bag that's gonna get you out the way. You don't find those two things in one thing. A bag and you out the way at the same time. You traveling. Even though you on the road, but you traveling. You Boston, Virginia, Colorado. You traveling. You coming back with $3,000-$4,000. I'm saying you probably do that twice a month. You do that 2-3 times a month. You straight. Then you can get your bag up. So I would definitely recommend them to they let them know that they could do whatever it is that they put they mind to positively, and it's gonna be received the same way. It's gonna be received the same way as if it was something negative that you're gonna do. You get all the attention for something negative. You can get that same attention for something positive. The audience might be smaller, but the people that's within that audience is gonna be better people. You know what I'm saying so. Yeah, they can do whatever they want to do positively, man, and get to the same bag. And if they can't do it in Philly, they leave Philly.
Okay. What's the commissary item that can't be traded?
That can't be traded?
Can't be traded.
Ooh, your toothbrush. Your dang on toothbrush.
I'm talking about food. Oh my God.
Food. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. So the conversation, what food item can't be traded? Let me see. Food item that you cannot be, because you can't trade, nobody gonna want it. Let me see.
No, like you can't get this out of my blue box with my bag. You can't.
Right. All right. I'm not giving you this.
Yeah, no.
Whew, let me see. It might have been them. No, I'm not giving you that, bro. Let me see. I had to go back and remember. I had to remember. Like, no, I'm not giving you that because I'm moving to a boxing like you. No, I'm not giving you that.
No, you can't have it.
Them yellow fins.
Yellow fins.
I was real special about yellow fins. Look, you can have these mackerels and these tunas, but these yellow fins, no. You had these yellow fins.
Gotcha.
So probably them yellow fins.
The last question that I ask everybody that comes on is, do you think that someone coming home from prison, male or female, should get into a relationship or a marriage? Why or why not?
I gotta be careful here.
I
gotta be careful here because I got into a relationship.
Tell the people the truth.
All right. I'm gonna tell the people the truth. I'm gonna tell the people the truth.
Tell
right.
The people the truth.
There's pros and cons to it, right?
I'm listening.
There's pros and cons to it,
I
right?
hear you.
When you been in jail and then you come home, you get right into a relationship, y'all don't know each other yet, right? Even though y'all talking on the phone every day, y'all doing Zoom visits, right? Y'all doing physical visits, right? But she ain't live with you yet, and you ain't live with her yet, right? That's when you're gonna find out whether or not y'all mesh or not, right? Even though we got the lovey-dovey's and the kisses and the huggers on the phone, and that's pretty and all that, right? But when you come home and now y'all living together, it's gonna be some things that's gonna rub you the wrong way about that person, and vice versa. It's gonna be some things that's gonna rub her the wrong way about you, because we come home with some of that prison, mind. I still be having that still. Like I still be having that still. Almost hung my boxes up in the shower. I said, what the hell am I doing? But no, I ain't in jail no more. I put my boxes up there for. They go in the dirty clothes. I'm washing them. I had to stop washing them and all. I wash them in the showers or washing your boxes. That's some jail stuff, y'all. Don't do that. But I had to watch myself. But you come home with still some of those stuff that was ingrained in you, and you just got to slowly shed it off. But I would I recommend it? I probably wouldn't recommend it because
I'm about to say, nigga, you'd be all around this place.
I probably wouldn't recommend it, right? I probably wouldn't recommend it because of the fact that you ain't got nothing yet. That's the only reason why I wouldn't want to recommend it, because you ain't got nothing yet. You go into a situation with a female, or if it's a female coming home, you go into a situation with a man. That female or man that you come home to, they've been out here all this time, so they already just situated. They already got a crib, car, bank account, job, or all that. You the one that ain't got nothing yet. You know what I'm saying? So, the reason why I probably wouldn't recommend it is because I would say you need to go get yourself established first. Get yourself established first, right? Unless you can find that situation where he or she is like, I'm gonna hold you down until you get yourself established, right? But it's because them situations are out here. They are. But to answer your question, I probably wouldn't recommend it. I mean, I'm doing it, and it's working for me. But I probably wouldn't recommend it for I would have you get yourself together first. I'm gonna have you get yourself together first, and because when you got your own, and then you step into a relationship with your own, now it that set the tone. Like I believe when you come into a situation with your own, that sets the tone. Whether you come into a situation and you ain't got nothing, the tone is set differently.
Yeah, but I feel
What
like
you
it's
what you
deeper
think?
than
What you
that.
think? What you think?
I mean, I think it's deeper than that because
Would you recommend
everything
it?
is not like, hell no.
Okay.
Hell
No.
no.
All right.
Absolutely not. No, hell no. How you say in Spanish? No.
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 All right.
No, absolutely not. Because at the end of the day, like I say always, is for incarceration, you already had to become somebody for that environment. Right?
Okay.
So now you have to come back into this new society with all these learned behaviors and this mindset where the old you died, right? To become who you needed to be in that environment. And then you got to come out here and exist in this new realm. You don't even know you. You don't know how you're going to react and
Right.
what's going to go on in life for you and how situations going to be triggering. And you chasing your goals, your mindset. People not going to understand. It's so much of me going on right now. I don't have time for you. And it's nothing personal.
Hold on, time out. Can you say that one more time, please?
No,
Just that last part.
I don't remember.
No, the last part about the last part. Well, I know what you said. I know what you said. There's so much going on about you that you ain't got time for that part.
At all.
And it ain't personal.
It has nothing to do with the other person, but they're not going to see it that way because, especially if the relationship started right before you came home or any of that stuff, because it's like you made promises to me, nigga. I was somebody else. Chill. Like, you understand? Right. Like, hold on, I ain't know all this was going on.
Oh my God, that's crazy. That's exactly what I said, though. I said, well, hold on, I didn't know all this was going
to take. I didn't know. No harm. Like, I wasn't trying to play you.
My intentions were pure.
But that's why, ultimate reason you don't even get nobody riled up and thinking, like, come here, you coming with me, because then they get this excitement because they develop this whole mindset like, oh my God, he or she about to come home to me. And she is not even the same person. Nigga, them gates closed behind me and it's like, shit.
Right.
All I could think of was take off. Like, I ain't need to, like, I ain't even see you, boy, I ain't even see you when I ran by. Like, I'm whole ass.
I didn't even see you when I ran by.
I'm busy. So it's not personal, it's not personal, but it's personal. Right. That's the reality.
Right.
So that's how I feel. I'm always feel that way. Yeah, what do you guys think?
Yeah, you know I brung you something. You know I brung you something.
Let me see what's this.
That's the elixir.
The elixir.
Now let me tell you what's in there before y'all bang out. Before y'all bang this joint out.
Because y'all about to get the raw footage. Y'all know I don't be lying.
Yeah,
I
this
don't care.
this ain't the
If
one.
It ain't right.
This ain't the
Go
one
on
you.
up.
This ain't the one you had last time that you
Okay.
liked. This
Yeah, I
something
know.
different.
Because this you said.
All right, this beetroot, lemon,
Okay.
watermelon,
Okay.
pineapple, and red apple. Right,
Hmm.
with soursop bitters,
Okay.
elderberry, black seed oil,
Hmm.
ginger root, turmeric, and raw unfiltered honey.
Okay.
That's what that is.
Okay. Let me see. Yo. Bismillah. Bismillah.
You had that one last time. It was different.
It's too cold. I don't really like cold stuff, but this is really good.
It's too cold. I
It's
don't
too
like
cold.
Right.
That joint. You got more deep.
Yes. Well, no,
Yeah,
I got different ones because I brung. I got you. We'll link. I'll come past
We about to have a fallout, so let me go ahead and close out.
Good,
So y'all been tuned in to another episode of Chatting Over Chi-Chis with your girl SY_Moneybags, BT Trap. Y'all know how I go on this side. Make sure y'all tuned in to Lockdown Love, Chatting Over Chi-Chis, Size Power. And make sure y'all click and subscribe below. Y'all know where's that? Down there. Right down there. Yes. Make sure y'all click the subscribe so y'all can get the notifications and stop playing. So y'all can tune in to Chatting Over Chi-Chis. And he about to tell y'all what else he got going on.
I got something else going on, right? I got some hair oil, right? It's called Healthy Scalp, right? That's a combination of 14. Let me get it right. Let me get it right. Here it goes. This is a combination, right? This is 14 restorative oils and botanicals that nourish and strengthen and revive the hair from root to tip, right?
Hello.
This is well-crafted hair oil currently being delivered locally in Philadelphia. The bottles, these are with the 1 ounce bottles, they're $12. You get 5 for $50, which includes delivery.
Come on,
which
commercial.
means I bring it to you, right? And so far, probably sold about 20 of them. Just came out with them Friday. So you can hit me up, _healthy_scalp, and we'll bring it to you, wherever you at.
And what's your other ad?
_healthy shake.
Spell that shake.
SHEIKH.
Y'all heard him?
SHEIKH.
Y'all can't mess that up because he just said it.
SHEIKH.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Make sure y'all tap in, man. We out.
Yeah. Step into space. Black Wall Street, podcast space. Book my spot, now I'm ready to create. Black Wall Street, podcast space. Dreams, I'm building my fate. Mic in my hand, got story to tell. Comfort in the room, man, I'm feeling myself.
Sounds so clear, you can hear my ambition. Black Wall Street podcast space made an easy transition. So book your space, let your voice be heard. Black Wall Street podcast, spread the word.